push to get this farm just crack-a-lacking.
Yes, good morning guys and welcome. Up on the screen, catastrophic crayfish failure. Fatso uploaded a video on Sunday after his Begfest, and I want to start by saying this, that over 10 months ago a big fat lump of lard decided to empty the tilapia tanks and change over to crayfish. He was done with the tilapia, he said, and crayfish was king, and crayfish was going to make Boss Hog's fortune. Well, in this video today guys, as we predicted, there's been a catastrophic failure on the crayfish project. After nearly 10 months of raising crayfish, he has never sold any. He's not got any of any size, and he won't tell you it's a failure. His ego won't allow him to do that, but I want you to listen to this clip and listen to what the brain surgeon has to say, because it is an absolute failure. Listen to this.
Hello everyone, welcome to A Foreigner Farming in the Philippines. So in the 2 months or so that I've had the females in this, the pregnant females in this enclosure with their own tanks, I have raised 0 craylings. The eggs hatch, and I remove the mothers, and then the craylings die. I think it's too hot in here for them. The water temperature gets too hot, because this is, you know, fairly close to the ceiling, and they're right close to the walls here. And this doesn't have a lot of overlapping shade, so it just gets too hot. And I'm not going to move them back into the house. And so I'm going to stop proactively breeding the craylings. All these females here, whether they've hatched their eggs or not, it doesn't really matter, since if they do hatch them, they'll die. They're all going into the round tank.
So there you have it guys. He's not raised any crayfish juveniles. Every one of them has died, and you can tell by his tone, his attitude, that he's over the crayfish. That'll be his next statement. He's over the crayfish, just like he was over the tilapia 12 months ago. Every crayfish he's got, they're all going to be dumped into the round tank, because all of the tanks he has are all going to be for tilapia. But he's not finished yet, this crayfish king. I want you to listen to this next clip guys, and listen to the clown.
Okay, so I moved the 5 pregnant females out of this one and just moved them into the round tank with their habitats. I'm going to make a bunch more smaller habitats for craylings. They're just going to have to sink or swim in there. They've got a large area, they've got plenty of places to escape.
So there you are, all the crayfish are going into the round tank, and you heard him say they'll just have to sink and swim. He's washed his hands of the crayfish, and he also says that they've got plenty of places to escape. Now whatever happened to keeping crayfish confined and having a license to keep crayfish and making sure they did not escape? There he is, the lump of lard. He's actually pissed. He really is pissed over these crayfish. 12 months of trying to raise them, and he's never sold one. Absolutely unbelievable. Another failure at the Bohovel. But he's not finished yet, guys, because he's got to make excuses. He won't say, as I said before, he won't tell you it's a failure. His ego won't allow that. But listen to the excuses.
So, look, the reason that I'm doing this, changing things around here, is that I need that aeration compressor that I was using for those pregnant females, the pregnant female crayfish. I need that air. I need that aeration. Worse than I need craylings to hatch. Because these fish, the large tilapia that we have in these tanks, aren't really eating much because the oxygen level in the water is too low. It just makes them lethargic and they're not hungry. And I need the aeration.
So there you are, guys. Excuse number one. He hasn't got the aeration capacity to raise crayfish and tilapia together. So one of them has to suffer, and it's the crayfish. They've been kicked to the curb, put in that round tank because Fatso needs aeration for those tilapia. The tilapia are not on the feed. They're very lethargic, he says. Well, as I said previously there, he's been raising crayfish for about 12 months, never sold any. And here he is now changing over yet again to tilapia. Binning the crayfish, going back to tilapia. But he's not finished yet, because this is farming without no budget. No budget Charlie, the big fat lump of lard, is trying to run that farm, and he hasn't got a pot to piss in. Listen to the bullshit.
I'm only going to run this small pump at night. Don't need it. Don't need both of them running in the day. So just filling these tanks up now is going to be the challenge.
So there he is. He's only going to be using the small pump overnight, and that's probably because of his Bohico bill. He hasn't got the budget to farm, yet he keeps on going. This is an absolute swamp tard, sacrificing one project to start another. And in the middle of a drought, he decides to drain those tanks. And you heard him say, that's going to be a challenge in itself, refilling those tanks. What an absolute clown this lump of lard is. But guys, he's not finished. The Crayfish King has more bullshit for you. Listen to this crap.
Still in the pond. And it's not going to do any good to catch them if there's no place to put them until we can save up enough for a couple boxes to sell.
So that shows you how desperate he is for cash. He's been in those crayfish because he wants to get the tilapia in those tanks so he can grow them out and sell them. In a previous video, he did say that he wanted to try and get a couple of boxes of tilapia to sell for 10,000 pesos. So that just shows you again how stretched he is for the peso. He is stony broke. But he's not finished yet, guys. Take a look at this next clip. Listen to the clown.
And I still am not sure if I will be able to get these tanks filled up by the time the sun goes down, because I'm not going to pump water with Cohico. I'll only do it through solar, and we've got about another hour here. Now they'll catch a box of fish to go along with what we've already got. We'll be pretty close to the 2 boxes of sellable fish, so we shall see. Tomorrow's another day. Thank you, everyone. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
So there he is, guys. That video was about 15 minutes long that he did, and he must have mentioned Bohico about 3 times. He must have mentioned the boxes of tilapia that he needed about 3 times. Rinse and repeat himself, constantly e-begging, constantly telling you how potless he was. And what we can deduce from what we've seen in that video is that this swamp tart has failed again. Catastrophic crayfish failure. The crayfish project is done and dusted. They are on their own. All the crayons have died, like many things have died at the shack. He's been raising those crayons for nearly 12 months, and as we said before, he's never sold one. And that in itself is an absolutely total failure. Just like everything else at the Bohovel, the crayfish have failed. He's now moved on to tilapia because he's absolutely potless and desperate. But it was only 12 months ago that he made a statement. I'm over tilapia. I'm done with tilapia. He goes from one project to another, and it's all for the same reason. It's a reason to e-beg. And to anyone who has sent in a donation for those crayfish, well, we did warn you what would happen. And here we have at the end of the crayfish. The crayfish are now on their own. So guys, as predicted, another project fails and Fatso moves on. So it's onwards and upwards with the tilapia, but we will make another prediction, and that prediction will be that the tilapia will also fail, just like they failed 12 months ago. This swamp tart, this so-called best foreign farmer, will never ever have any success. In the 6 years that he has been doing it, he said himself, he's been doing it for 6 years, he has never had any success. His channel, he says, is there to show people how not to farm for profit in the Philippines. And that is the only success he's had. Failure. So guys, till the next time, bye for now.
Final push to get this farm just crack-a-lacking.